industrious past and the inspiration of a new age art space. And the night is still young. I'm looking for lights, camera, and action, so we're heading to Liangmaqiaolu in Yurianjie to catch the latest flicks on the big screen. The Maple Drive-In is the first drive-in cinema in Beijing, and for 100 RMB per car, full of up to 5 people, it's one of the cheapest movie-going experiences in the city. Unlike most cinemas, you're not just limited to one movie. Entry into the drive-in will allow you the choice of 4 movies, if your eyes can take the strain. The drive-in opens at 7:30 p.m. and shuts at 5 a.m. daily. That's a lot of time for the guys to work on their yawn, stretch, and arm over the shoulder routine. And yes, most of us girls do know about it. Most people in Beijing don't know about the Maple Drive-In cinema, but how about that? Nostalgic movie-going experience right in a modern city. I'm here just for the novelty of watching Hollywood's best dubbed in Chinese. Back to the movies. I watched one too many movies last night, and now I'm going to need something strong, something fierce, something like this to wake me up. If you're looking for something that's going to cause a big splash among the kids and the older kids, there's only one place to come, and that's the Beijing Happy Valley Amusement Park. It is humongous. Watch out! Sounds pretty amazing stuff, but I'll bet it's more fun from up there. Located in the southeast corner on the 4th Ring Road in the Chaoyang district, Happy Valley is Beijing's answer to Disneyland. With rides galore, remember to strap yourself in tight now. Yes, 1, 2, 3. Get ready to be tossed around like fruit in a blender. There's plenty of entertainment here, even if you're not up for the big scary rides. I'm not sure this guy understood that he was supposed to be a statue though. Oh well, at least he makes for a good photo. I can't think of a better way to test your endurance in holding your food down after lunch than being thrown up and down at varying speeds on a giant pole. If you prefer to go up slowly and drop quickly, possibly wetting your pants in the process, pick one side of the line. But if you prefer to get it over and done with quickly, there's always the other alternative. Get thrown in the air at maximum velocity and fall slowly. If you haven't already thrown up by then, I suggest you try both. Remember the laws of gravity? What goes up must always come down. Or sometimes it's just forced on you. Who would have thought that I would be sitting in the middle of the barrel in central Beijing? I mean, the thing about amusement parks is that it's so fun and whimsical that it inspires creativity. Okay, so it's a little childish, but come on, who doesn't remember loving merry-go-rounds? Yee-haw! Most of Beijing youngsters drag their parents here over weekends, so expect noise, and a lot of it. And really, you wouldn't have it any other way. I know I wouldn't. To get to Happy Valley, take the subway to Dawangmu Station. From there, take bus number 31 to South Halfengqiao Station. Happy Valley is open from 8:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. at weekends, so make sure you get there early before the hordes of people arrive and the line starts spiraling around. An all-inclusive ticket into the park costs 160 RMB during the peak season of April to mid-November, and 120 during the rest of the year. A small price to pay for the entertainment they have in store for you. And if you're not one for walking, you can even hire little electric-powered carts. Though I generally prefer the old-fashioned method of putting one foot in front of the other and repeating. Okay, I've had enough of being tossed around in a fantasy-filled land. It's time to head back to the real world. Beijing's brand new central business district, centered in the Guomao area, is home to a variety of corporate regional headquarters, shopping precincts, and high-end housing. The city's development has been vast and rapid. By buildings aside, it's also quickly becoming a cultural melting pot. That's not to say that if you're a foreigner, you won't be stared at. You shouldn't be offended though. Just take it as your 15 minutes of fame. After all, many of the locals are just curious about where you're from, what you're doing in Beijing, and how much you like it. And you won't find more curious locals willing to have a chat than at the Silk Market. The Silk Street Market is located next to the China World Trade Center on Jianguomen Y. It's served by Line 1 of the Beijing subway system with a direct link from Yong'anli Station into the basement of the market. It opens from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and houses over 1,700 vendors. So I'd be amazed if you couldn't find at least one item you wanted to buy in here. The Silk Street Market isn't a shopping mall, it's a market. And as with all markets, the first rule is always to bargain.
7? No, have 7. Only, yeah, 2 sizes.
The lower floors can get a little crowded, and at times the staff a little pushy. But the upper floors will give you a far more pleasant and peaceful shopping experience. And here, you'll also find the Miniature Silk Museum. Here you'll see how silk is made, from the raw form to the finished product. And after all, that's what Silk Street is known for, their silk. One of the first shopping stops for most tourists in Beijing is the Silk Street Market. I hear that it used to be a street full of vendors, but they've now moved to a 6-story building. Talk about a shopping haven. You can still get the same wares though, from traditional Chinese goods to locally produced clothing, bags, accessories, and even tailored clothing. I love it. But you know what I'm most surprised about? How many foreign languages the sales staff can speak.
어떻게 골드테이크요? 이거는 가격이 싼 거고요. 이건 얼마인데요? 450원. 이거는 80원. 이거는 220원.
The staff here may speak many foreign languages, but if you can, feel free to converse with them in Chinese. A sale in any language is still a sale.
Okay? Yes.
Now there's one language that most people understand. Numbers. Don't be surprised if the vendor pulls out a calculator and types in his asking price. Keep in mind though, that you should never accept the initial price. Bargain and type back the amount you want to pay.